Funspot America. I'm the CEO and owner, and I just want to welcome everybody to IAAPA and our huge reveal. Today is such an exciting day for us. We're going to show you things that nobody's ever seen before, and it's just super exciting for me. I get the goosebumps. It's our biggest reveal of all time. So I'm going to step over here. First of all, I'd like to introduce a few people that are with us today. Honestly, we would not be able to do this alone. We've got our team here, we've got our partners here. Some of the most important people in this whole puzzle is the RMC team. And they have been such a great pleasure to work with. They're such experts in our industry. They're so good, knowledgeable, smart, and they really do produce one of the best products in the entire world. And so over here to our left, to your right, is Darren Torr, he's the president and CEO. We've got Fred Grubb, which is the founder. And then we've got one of the smartest guys that I like. He's the one that's responsible for all this, Jake Kilcup. He's the designer and engineer, director of them. And I give him a lot of credit for making this all work and happen. He's an amazing guy. So thank you, RMC, for your partnership. Also, I wanted to recognize some of our family members today. First of all, my wife, Tracy. If you would just raise your hand. If I wouldn't be here without her. I heard a great speech this morning from Ken Whiting, and I feel the same way he does. And then I've got my son here, TJ Airy, raise your hand. And then my daughter, Alexis, which her birthday was yesterday. She turned 20 years old. My mom, Lois Airy, raise your hand. And then I've got my brother Mark, which is our COO. Where is he at? Raise your hand. And his wife Kara. And we're glad to have all of them. Now, outside of the family, which is my dad's side of the family, it started with two families together, the Parsons and the Aries together. We've got Bart and Lola Parsons. Where are you guys at? Raise your hand. And then lastly, but one of the ones most responsible for this is Ivy Finnessy, which is Bart and Lola's daughter. Ivy, if you would, raise your hand. And as I expected, she's probably gone. She doesn't like the spotlight. So she is responsible for a lot of what we're presenting today. And then our executive team and our management team, thank you all for being here. If it wasn't for you, I would not be where we are. Funspot would not be where we are today. The teamwork makes the dream work, and I give you all credit for what we have here today. One other person I think I may have forgotten, that's my father, John Airy Sr. With all of his hard work, I get a little emotional about this. All right, here we go. With his hard work, he set the course for Funspot America. He laid the foundation for us. He was the one that always practiced love works. He always treated other people how he wanted to be treated. And in return, it always came back to him. Let me dry my eyes so I can see what I'm reading. So, today, this roller coaster is to honor my father and what he's done for the company and the families as well. But my dad was the leader of the company. He was the one that put everything on the line. And at the end of the day, he was the one that laid the foundation for us to build on. And that's what we're here today to give him, honor him and tell him thank you. So the story started about 50 years ago. My father began in the amusement industry and quickly realized he had a passion for it. He loved people. He loved what he did. He knew he wanted to own and operate his own attraction one day. And in 1997, he went to Ocean City, Maryland, and started a couple go-kart tracks. And that's where my dad's legend started at that point. So if you skip forward a few years, in 1998, we were able to come back into Orlando. And my dad said, you know, I want to take go-karts to the next level. Back then, multi-level go-kart tracks were not very common. There was only one other track in the world, and that was in Wisconsin Dells by Nick Lascaris. Dad went up there, studied it. Nick opened up his arms to him and said, hey, you come, you take whatever knowledge you want. Dad went home, he patented a new process, and today we own 4 U.S. patents for our multi-level go-kart tracks. So we grew from a 5-acre park to a 25-acre park in Orlando. Then, if you were to fast forward a little bit to 2007, we bought another park, and it worked again. His philosophy works. If you treat others the way you want to be treated, it'll come back. People will come back to you. People will come and see you. They'll spend their hard-earned dollars for your product, and that's what our team does. They treat others how we want to be treated. So, in 2017, we bought our third location, and that's why we're here today. That's in Atlanta, Georgia, in Fayetteville. And this is our single largest ride investment we've ever made in the history of Funspot in 23 years. It's going to be a $13 million coaster with the design and build by RMC and a lot of upgrades on our property. So I want everybody here that's here today to come by and see this in 2022. One of the most important things about this whole product is it's not a cookie cutter. This isn't something that you're going to see on a Galaxy Spin or some other manufacturer out there in the world. This is a custom-made coaster with a lot of unique, exclusive, brand new thrills and turns and everything else. So this is really something that's so special to us. I remember sitting in the camper right after COVID. I called these guys and I said, hey, I know this is a long shot, but we're in the market to buy a roller coaster. They said, well, we're in the market to build one. I said, well, it would be a dream of mine. I've always idolized Fred Grubb and his product, and I said, I want an RMC coaster. We went through the process of had 3 different manufacturers. They won the bid by their design, their art, and their dedication to their product. So thank you again to RMC. From an economic endpoint, this is going to bring jobs. This is going to bring people from welders and carpenters and all kinds of things, hotels, gas, stations, grocery stores, all that in Fayetteville is going to benefit from what we're doing there. And the most important thing is we're going to create memories that's going to last a lifetime on our property in Atlanta. So I'm sure y'all want to hear about this roller coaster a little bit. Again, this is a tribute to my father, and at the end of the day, you're going to see 2 videos, and it's going to just sort of think of my dad when he was a kid and his dreaming, and to where we are today. So let's roll it.
Ever since he was a boy, John Arie Sr. wondered how cool it would be to fly. As he grew, his passion turned towards reaching the stars. Success always followed his career, and his dreams began to come into reality. But until today, the one dream to experience the thrill of spaceflight has been left unfulfilled. Introducing Arieforce One.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Arieforce One. There's our new logo, our new name. Let's not get it confused with maybe Air Force One. This is Arie, our last name. And the idea behind this is that we're, again, giving a tribute to my dad. This thing, let me go ahead and start reading this off to you because this is amazing. 3,400 feet of pulse racing speed. It's like taking flight in a space shuttle. Your first drop is 146 feet, our largest roller coaster in Funspot's history. 146 feet, you're going to drop 83 degrees as you come down. Your speed is going to hit a maximum of 64 miles an hour. The first ever Raven Trust dive, which you'll see here in a minute, the largest zero-G in America, where you have 0 Gs, the first of its kind zero-G roll over our building. It's going to go over top of our building. Some of these have not been leaked out yet. We'll have you believing you're going to travel to outer space with all the airtime moments and witnesses that this RMC coaster is going to provide. We put all these airtime moments together, and it sounds a little bit something like this, all right? Your first drop, off-axis uphill, Raven Trust dive, right? Everybody buying it? You're getting into this? Negative G speed hill, a 0-G inverted stall. Ooh. Outside bank, not an inside, we're going outside. All right? Double up, big drop down into a 0-G roll over the arcade building, a fakie, quartz roll, and then, never heard of this before, but it's pretty cool. I like the name of it. It's called a chili dip. Chili dip. And then guess what? You got to quad down, quad down, quad down, quad down, and back into the station you come. Wow, that's a lot of airtime. This thing's going to be huge. Let's play it. Here we go. This is what everybody's been waiting on.
4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1.
that doesn't give you the goosebumps, if that does not make you want to go to Atlanta, you're not human, all right? You're not human, because that is so exciting. As we conclude this afternoon, I'm glad that everybody's here. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to offer a toast, and hopefully everybody has a champagne. This is two American companies coming together. RMC, Funspot America, coming together to create a roller coaster with the American theme. Did you guys notice a red, white, and blue? Red rail, blue rail, white substructure? That's America. And on top of that, it's built with the American steel. To my father, whose vision, dream, and hard work served as the cornerstone of where we are today as an organization. And to each of you, may your air times be many and your journey continue far beyond the horizon. And cheers to RMC being partners with us. So let's offer a cheers to everyone, please. Thank you. And before we begin our Q&A, we hope you all will come and see us at this world-class roller coaster. The lanyard you're wearing is your boarding pass to take flight on Arieforce 1 when we open next year. Please come on out and ride it. We also want to invite everyone to RMC's booth, which is number 4415 at 2 o'clock, just short of about 45 minutes away, for the unveiling of our train. And don't be late, there's going to be more champagne there too. We like to celebrate, we know how to celebrate. So with that, I'd like to offer, is there any Q&As? Anybody have any questions or anything about the coaster? And actually, RMC, if you don't mind, come on up. Anybody have any questions? Oh, come on, don't be shy. I couldn't hear it.
How many records will it break?
Oh, a Jake? That would be a Jake question.
That's a good question.
Maybe one? Maybe, we're not sure.
Hello? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know. And Funspot's books is going to break every record.
We have two first originals, the Raven Truss Dives, it's first ever, and then we also have the barrel roll over the arcade building. That's the first of its kind. And the third is we have the longest zero-G inverted stall in America.
Right over here, JC.
Do you know the height requirement yet?
Yes, we do. Jake?
48 inches.
Good question. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that.
Was there anyone, I know this coaster was inspired by your father, and that's really uplifting. Did anyone or anything inspire some of the unique elements that it has?
Yeah, you know, honestly, when you have a team like this right here that can put all their uniqueness into a coaster, they made this thing special.
The elements were inspired by working with John and his team, and us coming together and they creating and mentioning this theme that they wanted. So we put our heads together, and that's how the elements were all created, is to develop this as this themed coaster.
Is there going to be any new restraints, or is it going to be the same lap bar and shin guard restraints?
It'll be the same lap bar, shin bar restraints. Due to the nature of the aggressiveness of which we design and build our coasters, we have to stick with that. And to have just a lap bar situation we just have to go with that. But I promise you, it will be a good ride.
You heard the man himself. He put a promise on it. It's going to be good.
It looks fantastic, but I have a question about the chili dip name. Who came up with that one?
This is a genius here. Go ahead, Jake.
I'd love to take credit for it, but that was an Alan Schilke special right there. The chili dip to quad down, which is also one of my favorite names of an element ever. So
there you go.
Now, from a marketing perspective, if nobody understands this, if you look through the course of the coaster itself, on the return, the chili dip takes place just over our arcade building, and that's where you get your in-flight snack.
Anybody else?
Why Atlanta over making a bigger investment in the Florida parks? Why that park in particular gets this one?
Good question. Well, Atlanta needed a shot in the arm, needed something special. We have 116 acres up there. We're probably using about 20 of the acres. So our master plan includes things like a water park, a hotel, more roller coasters than that. These parks are a little landlocked, and it just was a natural fit. We needed to put something up there that was going to draw more crowds. That park's still phenomenal, but it just needed something else, something unique.
I was just wondering, are we going to be seeing Generation 1 trains or Generation 2 trains on this RMC?
They'll be the swing action trains.
Good questions. I'm impressed. Okay.
Hey, so when designing this roller coaster, was there any debate on whether to go with an iBox or maybe a Raptor, dip your toes into a T-Rex?
Yeah, we had those discussions, but at the end of the day, I'm in love with their iBox, and that was my dream, is to have one of those, and that's why we settled on that. I remember talking about it when I was sitting in the camper. I said, there's nothing like their iBox coasters in the world. So.
Hello, John.
Hey.
Question for you. Funspot's huge. It's not just the tagline. It's huge. It spans 2 states. This is a huge coaster, arguably the biggest coaster you've done. Is this a statement that you're trying to make within the industry?
Oh, well, that's a good question. We always try to provide things for our guests that want to come back. I think we're not prideful people. We're very humble. I don't think we're trying to prove anything to anybody. We just want our guests to enjoy the parks when they come. It's an honor to be able to have them on our property because they're such a unbelievable builder. So I can't say that we're not making a statement only to our guests. We're here for them, and we're willing to invest. It's a $13 million investment. So at the end of the day, we're showing them that we're here for them, and we're not going to give up at that point. We're going to keep going.
Hey, John, when you talk about the branding of the roller coaster, I mean, we all know the last name and the tribute you're giving to your father and everything. Just what was the thought process behind it? Was there a lot of thought, or was it a no-brainer?
Oh, it's a no-brainer. My dad was the one that put everything on the line. He retired and then came back out of retirement and put everything on the line to start these parks in 1998. And it's paid dividends. It's done well. We've been able to support charities. We practice the Golden Rule. We do all kinds of things like that. But at the end of the day, it was absolutely a no-brainer that he had retired. We bought him out, my brother, my cousin, and myself. And we just had to tell him things. And I think there's no other way that you can do unless it's the single largest investment you've ever made, and it's a world-class coaster. I predict this to be a top 5 coaster in America. And it had to be done. We appreciate everything he did. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. We're going to play this video one more time for you, and then we'll disperse. 2 o'clock over at 4415, is it? Yep. 4415. Thank you all for coming.
Ever since he was a boy, John Arie Sr. wondered how cool it would be to fly. As he grew, his passion turned towards reaching the stars. Success always followed his career, and his dreams began to come into reality. But until today, the one dream to experience the thrill of spaceflight has been left unfulfilled. Introducing Arieforce 1.
4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Thank you all for coming. This is really, really big news. It's actually huge news for us, and we're excited that everybody's here to share this moment. And I'm going to repeat a couple of things I said over there. You know, if it wasn't for our partnership with RMC, Darren, Fred, and Jake, we wouldn't be here today. And if it wasn't for my father and what he's done for Funspot and laying the foundation, we definitely would not be here today. And it takes a team to make all this work. And everybody you see in the Arieforce 1 shirt is a part of our team, our family, and we're just so very thankful for them, because at the end of the day, the teamwork makes the dream work. And so I'm going to give you a couple more facts on this coaster. First of all, it's 3,400 feet long, 146 feet tall, our tallest roller coaster of all times. It's going to have an 83-degree drop as from the lifting. Maximum speeds of 64 miles an hour, which is going to be our fastest coaster again. And it's got the first ever Raven Truss dive and the largest zero-G stall in America. So it's going to be something special. After we do this toast here, we're going to reveal the car. Please take pictures, tag RMC. Let's get them some publicity out there in the social media world, as well as Funspot America. Let's make this thing huge, because at the end of the day, it takes everybody in this room to make it work, and all of our guests that come to the park, and we're so thankful for that. One other thing, I'm going to hand the phone to my dad, or the mic to my dad, but let me go ahead and see if he has anything to say.
Thanks, John. I really don't have much to say. I'm very honored and privileged and proud that I've been honored with this. I didn't expect it. I didn't think it would really come about. So thank you very much, John. Thank you all for making Funspot what it is. And I really want to thank, you know, we can do everything right, but God gives the increase, and that's where we are. So I want to give him credit too, that he's allowed Funspot to grow and develop and be the force that it is here in Orlando.
One thing I forgot to tell everybody is that if you're in the market for an RMC coaster, they have an opening right now, and they get your coaster done by the end of the year, but you have to pay cash for it today. All right? So anyways, let's go ahead. Hey, everybody raise your cups. How many of y'all want to see this train? Hey, so cheers to two American companies making the world a better place through our roller coasters and our great parks and our team. Cheers to everybody. Let's see what this thing looks like. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. So this is the swing axle train, second generation. I'm going to let Darren or Fred, if they want to speak. You guys want to hear from Darren or Fred? Yeah, they're the best. So let me have them explain a little bit about this train.
First off, located in North Idaho. I'm so glad the team put this together. We don't operate with us. We do design, manufacturing, and installation. It's very unique. They give us a lot of control, great quality. I'm so pleased with what in terms of innovation, craftsmanship goes into this. I got it a little bit better. So, but very pleased with everybody's done into this. Gentleman with me here is Fred Grubb, who's really the visionary innovator behind RMC. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Fred. Let Fred say a couple words.
Hi, everybody. I really don't have much to say, but I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be working with Funspot. These are some of the best people ever that we've worked for. And it's going to be a great partnership. And I'm just proud to be doing it. And proud of all our team, proud of theirs. So I hope everybody has a good time and likes the product.
One more thing for everybody before you leave. We're going to get in here and do some photo ops, but over here are some t-shirts for everyone, and this is your boarding pass. So make sure you get your lanyard with your boarding pass, and I'll get you on the ride when it opens in 2022.
And one last thing, I want to re-emphasize that 100% of this coaster and the tracks and everything else was made in America and came from America. 100%.
Oh, good. It was on record at least.
They ride smooth. Like not that the other ones rough, they weren't, but they like it is like the smoothest thing you can ever experience. Yes, yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. I just got wrong arms. Yes, that's part of the reason why Steel went inside. I love Fred has like the fly through. Probably would have. It's like the first generation I know.
I was like, use my seal green there.
It's a good time. I don't have much to say. I'm like Fred. I got it. So I'm like, all right. Let someone else. Coaster Nation. Yes. Good man. How are you? Yeah.